Hello, hi and welcome. My name is Susie. I am the Quantum Healing Medium. Today I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to come and do a reading with you, but I'm going to do it so you can just hear my voice, because then you can just feel the energy. I feel like the energy today is going to be more clearer, and the messages coming through are going to be this way. So I've attuned it, cleared the space, and I'm going to do the zodiac signs and give you guidance on what are you going to be working through next year, what's coming up for you. Okay, so I'm going to start first of all with the first one for the new horoscope, which is Omi something, and I cannot pronounce it for the life of me. But yeah, if you need to get in contact with me, this is guidance reading for the zodiac signs. I do mediumship, QHHT, but today I've attuned these cards for the zodiacs to give you guidance. What's coming up in 2023? What are you going to be working towards? What have you yet to kind of work towards? What are you in the middle of doing? What is coming up? And I'm going to go through all the star signs. So first of all, now I'm going to clear the space for the new star sign. Okay. So I'm bringing in some energies to help with the new zodiac star sign, which I cannot pronounce. So we're going to ask the cards. Now this singing bowl here is tuned to the crown chakra and third eye, so we're bringing that down. As I start tuning in with my guides and your loved ones as well, I'm getting that it's all about new, stepping into the new beginnings. It's a new beginning. It's been quite a turbulent year for you guys. And as it's the new star sign, there's no coincidence you fall under the new star sign, because it's new beginnings. It might sound a bit scary. It might feel a bit scary, but this path is for you. This is what it's all about for you. This is what you've been working towards. This is new energies coming in to assist, but there's a new beginning. There might be a new job, or there might be a new house move, or you might be thinking about doing it. It's all about stepping into the new, but there's always that little bit of hesitance with you guys. There's always a bit of hesitance. Am I doing the right thing? Your main lesson that you've been learning is abandonment issues. So as you go into 2023, there are going to be things there that are going to show you. I feel for you guys, you kind of conquered your abandonment issues. So there are going to be slight lessons showing you, do you want this now? Have you learned it? It isn't a main lesson that I feel that you've done quite a lot of work on, and it's coming up to fruition, where these lessons, if you go with it, they will stop coming up for you. I'd say in that the things that you're going to be really looking into 2023 is going to be about trust, and trust in the universe, and trusting in the process, and trusting yourself, and trusting in other people. So for you guys, it's all about trust, learning how to trust, picking out the liars from the traitors, from the faithfuls, the liars from the cheats, and really trusting yourself. So that's something that you're going to be working forward, going into 2023 for you guys. Okay, so let's pick out the cards, and they're all over the place. So I'm feeling for you guys, it's kind of all over the place. And this oracle card, we've got the Oracle of Defermi, okay, coming in, and it's that wise kind of teacher that's going to come in for you, that's really going to help you, really kind of teaching you what's the best way to go, and really looking at yourselves, in a more positive way, kind of, it's changing your diets up, changing the way that you think. It's all about new. Buy some new clothes, get rid of the old, declutter. But there's going to be a teacher coming in for you to help you kind of with trust issues going into 2023. It's all good. It's all good. But remember, those abandonment issues may rear their ugly head. It's about nodding your hat to them and going, I get it, I understand it, but I've moved forward, I've grown. So that is what I've got there for you guys. Now, as I move on to the Capricorns. So I'm going to clear the space now for the Capricorns, okay? Okay, so as I link it with the Capricorns, you're the first guys, first of the scene, always first, always the first to show up. And that's amazing quality about you. But remember, we're going into a retrograde on the 29th of December, and you are there, the Capricorns, and it's in Capricorn. So it might be a bit of a turbulence time for you in January. It's all about keeping the faith and keeping yourself grounded, and doing like lots of things to ground you. You're going to be much better if you're going to be grounded. You're always there. You always put yourself first. That is one, you always put yourself out there. But sometimes you got to step back. Sometimes you just got to step back and just what's the word that I'm trying to look for? Just kind of, let someone else take the lead. You don't always have to be the leaders, Capricorns. You can step back and just watch everything unfold, because you're doing everyone's work for them, and you're the one that's becoming depleted. Going into January, you might feel very tired. There's massages you need to do. You really this is your time to regroup and figure out what you really, really want, okay? So yours is, your kind of lesson is always jumping in feet first. You need to hold yourself back coming into kind of January. You really need to hold yourself back. You've been working on your trust issues as you've been going through December, unlike the new one that I can't pronounce. So you kind of know who to trust and who you don't. You've got a good armor around you. You've got you've got your strength around you. You're doing great. You're doing really, really good. You know what you're doing, guys. You're up there. Like the trust issues, you've got your right people around you. You've got rid of your vampires or your people that are not good for your energy field. But remember as well, you're quite kind. So if someone hasn't got that energy that is, all over the place, you're very good at, kind of calming them down and looking for them and seeing the best in them. You're very, very good at that. Remember, take some of that time for yourself. So let me pull out a guidance card for you guys and see what is going on. Amazing. So you guys have got the waterfall. Just go with it. You are a force of nature, and it's amazing. But just flow like the river flows. You just need to let things flow and come intuition, especially as you go into the retrograde when it is in Capricorn. Just let it flow, let it flow, let it go. I've got that song actually in my head, so I thought I'd give you a little bit of a blast about it. Just let it go, just let it flow, Capricorns, and everything is good. Everything is going to come back to what it's meant to be. You are on the right track. Just remember that retrograde, take some time. Be careful about travelling also in January. Maybe put it off until February if you're thinking about going on holiday. If you already planned it, it's already meant to be. So I'm now going to clear the space, and so we move on to Sagittarius. Don't know why they want me to do it this way, but we're going into the old Sagittariuses now. Bringing in the guidance now for Sagittarius. Okay, so link into the Sagittarius. I feel like we've got digestion issues, we've got anxiety. We're taking on too much, but we're not stepping into our true power and our true path. So it's almost now, this is what you've been working towards, but you just hesitant. It's almost like you're scared again of the trust coming in. It's all about you now stepping into your power, stepping into your true self, and not hiding yourself away. You need to be seen. So, whereas the Capricorns at the front, the Scorpios, you need to be seen, you need to be there. It's almost like, you know, be there, have that little sting in your toe. It's almost like you've kind of lost that oomph. So kind of going into next year, this is all going to come back. You've been wounded this year. There have been some really hard times for you, but you're coming to the end. There were a lot of lessons, a lot of like dark night of the soul, kind of real spiritual stuff, you know, coming out for you guys. And that's what you've been working on, and it's coming into fruition. But it's now about, you know, being brave and stepping forward, because it's stop living in the past, moving forward into the future for you guys. And, you know, just going with your gut instinct and going with what you are. You know where you are, you know what you're doing, just stepping into your power. It's almost like I want to push you in, you know, bring back that fight. You've lost a little bit of that, but as you go into 2023, that will be coming back for you, Sagittarius. Now we're going to see what card that you kind of pull. It's always quick with you. It's in there, do it, get it done, that's it, and out. You know, you kind of no messing about. You do not like to show your emotions. So this year has been quite an emotional year, and it is about learning to balance, going into 2023, learning to balance how those emotions are going to look. And it's okay not to be okay, kind of with you guys. But kind of look at your diet as well, because I am thinking, you know, that there is, you know, digestive issues because of the food and that you're eating. So I've picked up 2 cards for you now. You've got the script card there. Hope you can see that. Yep, script card there. And you've also the arc, okay? So it's kind of like Noah coming in there, kind of the spiritual side, you know, talking, letting it go, kind of letting that letting people in and talking about your feelings instead of bottling them up like you always do. It's really, you know, for you guys, it's really kind of important for you to talk and get your feelings out. And there's a real spiritual path for you, Sagittarius. And then the script is all about like a new modality is going to come in for you, like authoring, drawing, creativity. You know, keep that diary, keep these things going. It's creative. It's already about if you can create your universe. But going into next year, it is going to be creating. If you start getting colds, really kind of look at your diet and look, if you're going to be doing juice cleansings, you really need to be getting organic based fruit and vegetables. Okay, so Sagittarius, that's what they're telling me for you. Okay, so as we move on now, so I move on from the Sagittarius, I'm going to clear the space for the Aquariuses. Okay, as I link in, disconnect from the Scorpio, not Sagittarius, link in to the Aquarius. As I link in to you guys, you are the happiest when you're in water. Water is your friend. But you like the purest of water, so there might be some irritation towards chlorine and things like that. There might be some of you like, I'll keep going there and I keep reacting. I'm getting deep sea kind of diving for you, cold winter swimming. Really get into that element, really ground your body yourself in, ground. You're quite, you know, you guys don't feel safe on the earth. So it's almost like saying, I'm happy on this earth, I'm safe on this earth, I'm safe in this body. You want to be in the water, and there's a disconnection by being on the earth and not connecting to that, not connecting to the earth through the water. It's about you guys really connecting to the elements. Get out in nature, you know, get out, breathe in the air and thank it, and obviously go in your water and, you know, call upon the violet flame, you know, to transmute negative energy, or go and sit by a fire, or go out, and obviously don't make fire, but kind of go out in nature, you know, like kind of bonfires and s'mores, really getting you into nature. There's a disconnect. So for you guys, you've disconnected. You need to kind of connect back in. Again, for you guys, really need a holiday, so you need to start. If you're thinking about traveling the world, this is a great opportunity for you guys going in to kind of January time. You've really, you know, it's really kind of good for you. Again, your abandonment issues again for you guys have come up this year, but I feel like they're past. I feel like you've dealt with them. There'll be echoes, but nothing's really significant. But what you've got you're disconnected. You need to reconnect into up to the sky, and so below as below, down below as above, down below. You know, you kind of got to make the whole kind of thing work. And I'm thinking yoga and anything peaceful that you can put yourself out in the ground and you can go out in nature with kind of sit near some trees would be really good for you guys. The disconnected, you've had a lot go on this year, so you've kind of disconnected yourself away from humanity. Now we want to get you back in. You help raise the collective consciousness. You're very light. Your energies are quite light, but you kind of sit back. We want you at the forefront. You know, want to come in there and your light to shine over everybody. So let's see what guidance we have got for you guys. I hope I remember who I've done and who I haven't done. Be careful of your ears. I'm getting a popping in the ears, so be careful of ears and ear infections and going in to saunas and things like that. You've got to be a little bit careful of that. Okay, so we've got the kind of industry card coming up, okay, for you. Really connecting to times of old, doing things the old way, kind of going back to basics. I want you back to basics. If you've gone off somewhere, you need to bring it back to basics. I kind of want you in there. I'm quite tired with you and I feel like I can't be bothered. So it's almost okay, that's fine, relaxing, but bring it back. There's so much for you to go. I kind of want to kick you back on your path and say, right, there you go, this is what it is. So your job next year is to reconnect back into the earth. You're finding your water, but reconnect with people you haven't seen for a while. Stop being a recluse and getting out there and shining your light out there. I am actually really cold with you guys, so I'm actually going to close the window. So yeah, that's kind of what I've got for you. Relaxing, connecting. So as I disconnect my energy with the Aquarius, I am clearing the space for you Pisces. Another water sign. Okay, with the Aquarius with the Pisces, connecting into the Pisces and the fish. Okay, there is an allergy with fish with you guys, because there is a so be careful of eating fish around the time where your star sign is into fruition. So as we go into March, be careful about eating fish. I don't know why they're saying that, but because that you're so connected against the water and the fish, the human body, and so again a bit disconnected from the earth, because so the water signs are disconnecting to the earth. So again, it's just exactly the same as what I've said for Aquarius. Really kind of resonates with you guys. Kind of connect into the earth and the water elements as well. Pisces, we're looking at past life. There's a lot of past life traumas coming up from previous lives for you guys. There'll be a lot of deja vus going into 2023 and a lot of ancestral clearing, because actually you're quite balanced. You were chaotic at the beginning of 2022 and actually you've mastered that. You're quite balanced. Now it's all about you clearing ancestral stuff from your past and going into the future. You've taken on this mission, especially with children. You might be struggling with the teenagers and things like that. They've been given to you for a reason, so you can help them on their paths. Again, got to be, I am cold on my feet with you guys. You need to start wrapping up warm and starting to wearing really thick socks, because otherwise, if you're not, you're going to start getting cold. You really you guys need to kind of do things. Stop rushing doing things, right? Just do things sensibly, one at a time. Stop rushing into doing everything, because it's not coming to fruition because you're rushing it. Take it step by step, minute by minute, hour by hour. And if you're going through a really tough time, it's just for this minute, just for this hour, just for this day. There's been loss this year for you guys, and there's a lot of grief. A grief, again, is some lesson that you've come to learn. So if you've had some grief, it's what you're learning, and you're going to be learning that going into 2023. When I'm saying grief, it's already happened, okay? So nothing's going to happen. It's the grief of something that's already happening. So grief, that emotion will come up from past. That's why you're going to get a lot of ancestral stuff, because it's grief they want you to really step into kind of mastering. Because where there's grief, there's love, and there's a disconnection between love because of the grief. So that is what you're going to be working towards when you go into 2023. Okay, what have we got for you? Hold on. One second. Oh, you've got Archangel Gabriel. So the angelics are there to assist, especially Gabriel. Now, when you bring Gabriel in, you need to bring it in his light, okay? He's coming in to help you, Gabriel. Bringing in that love. And he wants to work with you and protect you. So you can call him in, especially if you're a light worker. This angelic. Remember always to bring in, there's always two sides. Bring in the light, the angelic light for him. But I just want you to look at that and feel that the angels are always by your side, and they're always there, and they haven't left you. What a lovely, beautiful card. Organisation as well. You're going to start putting things in, you know, like you can be a little bit OCD, you guys. You Pisces, everything has, because these cards are all over the place, and they're like, no, we can't have that. So I'm kind of getting that kind of with you guys as well. So there are the Pisces. Now we move on to the Cancers. So I'm going to disconnect my energy from the Pisces and move on to the Cancers. There's a sense of loneliness, okay? So it's all about accepting yourself on your own, and that's what you've been through this year. It's all about the loneliness and feeling disconnected and not feeling the freedom. But then when you've got the freedom, you don't want the freedom. It's like you don't know what you want. Do you want to be on your own? Do you want the freedom? It's kind of reconnecting back with kind of families. And if there's a disconnection between any family members, you need to all get together and reconnect, because it's almost like you speak to one person and then you're not speaking to the next person, and then you are speaking to someone, you're not speaking to someone else. It's all over the place. It's almost like, there's enough love to go around. You don't have to channel it in one direction. You can channel it all. So kind of sit there and go, I'm giving my love to everybody. There's enough to go around. That is seeping into everything, because that seeps into your money, abundance, the health. It's seeping into everything. It's almost like you haven't got enough. Don't feel like you've got enough. So it's all about being grateful. Though you think you are being grateful, actually there is elements of you feeling, I haven't got enough here. Why can't I have this, or why can't I have that? It's very subconscious, so you're not very aware of it. But this is something you really need to look at, because this is your lesson going forward into 2023. When it comes to freedom, you kind of learnt restrictions and you understand freedom now. You've probably been away, you've been back on holiday, things are starting to kind of go up, so you've moved forward, okay? You're starting to get smells in as well. They are spirits coming to you. They want to work with you. There's a new modality. It's completely different coming in for you guys. So that's what I've got for the Cancerians on that front. Yeah, keep hearing things and going, oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what's that? Okay, don't worry, it's nothing to worry about. It is just, they just want to start working with you. And again, we've got old buildings for you guys, really connecting back to that ancestral, going to see these things, kind of getting energy from these places. Starting to do new courses in different countries, starting to look for something. There might even be a move for you guys, moving out, moving away, starting new things, starting new chapters. But you don't need to drop the old part of you as well. You can bring the old into the new. You don't have to say, oh, see you look late, I'm going over here. Because there's a disconnect there, because you needed to take some of these people over. And actually, you've gone, right, I'm cutting all these people off, I'm going over here. You needed to kind of take those people over there with you. So that is what I have for the Cancerians. Done the Sagittarius. Right, we're moving on to Libras. So I'm going to disconnect my energy from the Cancerians as I move and clear the space for the Libras. Oh, you guys like to rush around, don't you? Jeez. Whiz. It might come as no surprise that one of your lessons you've been learning is patience. You're not very patient and want to get it all done and want to carry on. I've got all this to do. You put far too much in to one day, right? Librans, you're the balance. You're supposed to be holding the balance, and you're out of balance because you're putting too much in. So you really need, by the time you get to your star sign, when it comes in, you need to be in balance. You hold the balance of the collective, not just within yourself. You mirror that out to your family and mirror it out to the collective. We need the Librans to come back into balance because you're all over the place trying to rush. You're rush. Slow down. I kind of want to bring swimming in for you. They want to bring in swimming. You need to start swimming so you can go as fast as you can, or running. Swimming or running is fine. Go as fast as you can and kind of, because you're quite connected to the elements. You're very good with that, actually. You're very, you hold the balance, so you kind of really kind of connecting. But it's about rushing and you're making mistakes. So because you're rushing, it's almost, your lesson's all about time and how time works and how you can bend time to for your advantage. And actually you can, set the attention of speeding it up, but you've got to have that balance. You can't be bending it all the time, slowing it down, and then going fast all the time. I'm even talking fast because you're touching energy's all over the place, which is amazing because you've got busy energy. And busy energy is good energy because when you come to become a healer, you can transmute from different places like the elements, the galactic, shermlactic. You can do all that and bring it all through to help people. So if anyone says, oh, I don't like your energy, you have amazing energy, it's just busy. And it could do with just calming down a little bit. So that's what I've got for you guys as you're so fast. Let's see what card you bring through. Moon. Okay. So you are controlled by the moon. So your moon is your god within you, if that makes sense. It kind of, you sometimes feel out of control when actually you are in control, or you're in control but you feel like you're out of control. You're controlled by the moon. Okay, so the moon, it can be your friend and it can be your enemy. You need to connect with it. Bring through love and light with the moon, because the moon can do amazing things for you. So I want you to do moon rituals on the moon, the new moon, the half moon. It's all about moon cycles for you, and it could be a new modality coming in for you as well. So as I disconnect from the Libras, I'm going to move swiftly on to the Geminis. I'm going to disconnect my energy from them and bring forward for the Geminis. Geminis, I'm feeling like we've got a bit of a throat chakra thing going on for you. It's all about not speaking your truth. So you're not speaking your truth, you're holding back because in the past you've been quite fiery, and you've tried to hold it back. You're holding it back too much now. You need to step in to your power again and not care what anyone else thinks. You have in the past not cared, then you're like, oh my god, I'm going to try and change things up, and you've stepped back too much. We need you at the forefront. You're our foot soldiers. You're the ones that are supposed to see things from different perspective and both sides. And sometimes that's where the thing is about being two-faced. It's not that you're being two-faced, it's that you're holding back with certain people, and other people go, oh, no, because you need an outlet, okay? And wrong things are coming out at the wrong times. So for you, it's kind of your throat chakra. So for the Geminis, if you want to listen to this, there's a new job coming, and there's a new move on the horizon for you Geminis. You need to work on your throat chakra. You need to be doing that on a daily basis, probably for the next 6 months. As I say, a daily basis, you only have to do a minute a day, and there's lots of videos on YouTube, and I think I've got some on my TikTok if you want to listen. Again, you've brought forward Gabriel. So the angelics want to work with you, okay? So always bring them in with love and light, okay? So you want to bring them in with love, light, and always ask for Gabriel's light to come in, because they're really, really going to help you. There's a part of you that doesn't want to speak anymore, and they're frightened to get things out. To listen over to that light language transmission. It's really going to help you, because it's quite sad. There is a reunion for you. So if there's been a breakdown of a relationship, that will come back into fruition as it goes into 2023 when you start speaking your truth. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the Scorpions. I'm going to disconnect my energy from the Geminis and clear the space now for the Scorpions. Just to let you know, we've got Leos, Virgos, Tauruses, and Aries to go. Very much like Sagittarius. Now, I've brought through the Sagittarius. I mentioned about that sting in their tail, okay, and losing it. It's almost like you've given the Scorpios have been given a lot more power of a sting in their tail. So they are speaking their truth, but they're losing the empathy. And there's a disbalance between the Sagittarius and the Scorpios, because that sting in their tail is talking about they've kind of got the sting in their tail as well. And you're having a bit of battle. So if you're battling with the Sagittarius, it's because you're very similar. Very, very similar with your traits going into 2023. That you're quite similar. They have lost the sting, and you've got too much of it. It's almost like you need to blend with the Sagittarius. I'm getting a blend. So if there's a relationship within a Sagittarius and a Scorpio that's a bit fractured at the moment, you just need to find common ground. If it's masculine and feminine, if you're feminine, stop standing out of your feminine, because the masculine don't like that. They retreat back into their masculine. You go into your masculine. So it's almost, Scorpions, about staying in that feminine if you're feminine, and working on, if you're masculine, male, working on that aspect of yourself. It's okay not to be okay, and that bringing in a little bit of that feminine doesn't make you a wussy or whatever you want to call it. It just makes you human and balanced, and actually you'll find balance within there. Anyone thinking about taking Reiki courses, it would be an amazing time to do it, or any energetic courses, if that's what you're thinking about doing. Now, you struggle again with trusting yourself. Not others, trusting yourself. And the reason for that is you don't hold enough self-love for yourself. You've got a bit of a facade. You think, everyone thinks it's okay, but actually inside you kind of don't know what's going on and what's not doing. It's a bit like the Wizard of Oz. It looks beautiful on the outside. Inside you're like, what the hell am I doing? I don't know what's going on. That's absolutely fine. You need to go inwards. You need to take some rest, take some time off, and kind of really balance yourself to see where you go from here. And that's what you'll be doing in 2023. So it's about retreating back in, clearing those deep core wounds, and stepping back in again to your power. So who have we got for you? King of the Keys. You need to be coming back on top, and the only way you can do that is going back to basics, going back to go forward. You're tired. You need to regroup. You need to watch that film. You need to have that Sunday lie-ins. You need to go and watch and just do absolutely nothing. You need to be going on these retreats. That's where you need to be. That's where your path is. So as I disconnect from the Scorpios, I am then going to go to my favourite, probably because it's mine, Leos. Clear the space for you. Okay, Leos. Oh, been a turbulent years for the old Leos. Lost a little bit of our roar, haven't we? But we're stepping back in now. We're on the right path and there's no stopping the Leos. Oh my God. Hold the door open. The Leos are coming through. But they're coming through differently. We're coming through. We've learned. We've done so much shadow work. You know, we've done so much. I say we. I'm a Leo. That's why I'm weeing. And just so you know, not actually weeing, but saying we. We know what we want and we're going for it. But we need to listen to others. Still, it shouldn't be our way or the highway. You know, you need to regroup. If things have happened, it's been quite a lonely year. There's a lot of people that have been lost along the way, and that's okay. People are here for a reason, for a season, or for a lifetime. But what you don't like in others, Leo, especially the Leos as well, is a direct reflection of what you don't like about yourself. If you're not in the right job, move. Okay, if it doesn't feel right, it isn't right. We're getting guidance. We know what we want, and this is the energy of the Leos. It's focus. We're the lion. We're in the jungle. We are the king of the jungle. But remember about respect. People respecting others, and people respecting you. People aren't respecting you. You're not respecting others. Okay, so remember about, you know, when you're giving out advice. You know, some of us can be very blunt. We're Leos, we're quite blunt. It's all about the delivery, because it might not get through the way it delivers. And it's almost not holding back, because we've held back. But that's what we've learned. We've come through that about holding back. We are really good at what we do. And we just need to get on that right path. We need to be in the right job. We need to be in the right house. We need the right people around us. If we're not, we're all over the place. If that's not so, if you're sad, happy, or depressed, you need to look at your people. You need to look at your job, and you need to look where you are. Okay, so that's really coming strong in for them going into next year. If you've had a new business, new plans, it's all going to come into fruition. You've just got to trust the people around you as well. You know, there are some people that are like social climbers that may have been around you, or, you know, maybe kind of pulling down on your energy, and then you kind of, you know, feel that it might be you. There'll be soul contracts for that in place that have all come to an end in 2022. Going into 2023, things are kind of be different. But always keep, they're saying, you. Always be you. Even if people don't like it, be you. Always have that sense of kindness and love that the Leos show the rest of the animal kingdom. Even though sometimes they do eat them, I agree. But they are respected because they respect people. So, Archangel Michael has come through. Wow, okay. Archangel Michael. And this one's come through as well, which is industries. Okay, maybe you're in the wrong industry, or maybe you're stepping into the right industry. Now, this will be for somebody that's working in IT or like mainstream, feeling like if you're in that industry, you need to maybe think about going into the spiritual industry, going to old building. There's a lot of ancestral stuff. But we've got Archangel Michael coming through in his light, wanting to work with us. We're wanting to work with the inner child and the family. And if you are looking to have a family, Leos, next year, then it is on the cards for you. The energies have aligned. So if you are a Leo and you're thinking about having a family, it would be a brilliant, wonderful time to think about doing it. Right, as we go in for the Leos, we go into, I disconnect my energy from the Leos, I go into Virgos. So I'm going to clear the space for the Virgos. Now, Leos and Virgos can sometimes clash or be the best of friends. Sometimes you have to let each other Just go with the flow. Virgos, stop trying to control the Leos, and Leos, just take a chill pill sometimes when it comes to the Virgos. So with the Virgos, it's almost like yourself kind of harming yourself. It's almost like you want arguments because you don't know how to get it out. You're not very good at talking. You're not very good at going in. So it's almost like you're causing arguments for unnecessarily because you don't know. Just be honest. I don't know how I'm feeling. I'm feeling not great. It's all about honesty. So your lesson going into 2023 is about honesty. And you're quite an honest people. However, you're not honest with yourself. And not honest within the relationships. You're not honest with way things are going around, okay? You keep brushing things under the carpet. It's now time to step in and take responsibility also for your own actions and not try and ask other people for advice when, you know, you've got so much going on, so many ideas, which are amazing, right? You need to lie down, chill out, and just kind of think, oh, should I go this way? Should I go that way? What do I do? Don't know what to do. Let's write it down and let's sit on it. Let's be patient. So it's patience. Now, you're quite good at hiding that you're not very patient, but actually not very patient, but you're not actually very patient either. So going into 2023 is going to be patience and honesty that is going to be the key for you. Because you know what? Life is just like a game of chess. It's whoever plays it the best. And you know what? There are other things out there that, you know, you think, oh, maybe that's not for me. Or, maybe I don't know if I should try it. Try it. If you keep thinking it's not for you, then it is. The light of the world. There you go. Your world is your oyster. Start doing new things. Going out there. Meeting new people. You know. And starting new adventures. So, again, last two. We've got Taurus and who we're just going to have an energy from. The Virgos are moving into Taurus. Now, with you guys, I'm feeling like you're butting heads again, which you've actually, you know, this is echoes coming up. You've been really good at not butting heads with people, especially you guys that are in, like, CEO positions. Maybe it's just... It's fabulous. Oh, we are back. We are back, guys. We are back. God, really thought you'd gone off then. Easily distracted, and actually you're spending far too much time in the workplace, right? It's almost a bit like Scrooge, and not spending time with your family. And once they are grown up, you will never get this time back. So it's all about what's important. It's got to be important for you. You know, what is important for you? And you're not going with the things that are making you happy. You're going for chasing the money. Let the money come to you. It's energy. Stop going out there. Stop chasing things. You know, your Tauruses, you really need to kind of know what life is really all about, because it's not about the material things and it's not about the money. Yeah, they give you nice things, but actually your family want your time. So that's a really, really good thing about thinking about, you get that period over Christmas to really evaluate, is working for this big corporate company, bringing in all the money, exactly what you want to do, because there's another horizon out there for you. Going into May time, I feel like a holiday would be really good for you, a real nice long holiday. And again, oh, he's come out again. Gabriel wants to work with you. Call upon the angelics, Taurus, to help you through things and help you, find those answers. Okay, so as I disconnect from the Tauruses, I'm moving lastly, but no mean leastly, to the Aries. As I link into the Aries, again, your lesson this year is all about trust. If you keep not trusting people, you're not going to learn trust, and you're not going to learn trust in yourself. You're going to put the blocks on about trusting yourself, then you're going to block the self-worth and the self-love. So it's all about trusting everybody, which is really, really hard for you, Aries. Because you do like to be in control and hold that control. And by trusting people, not trusting people, you're holding on to control. And when we hold on to something, it never happens. It goes. When you hold on to money, it goes. When you hold on to control, it holds. It goes. So with the Aries, it's all about letting go and letting it come back. But also, very good in those areas. But also, you've got to start trusting people you might not trust. Because when you do that, you may be let down, but there may have been a reason for it. Or, as soon as you trust, you start trusting yourself. As soon as you start trusting yourself, you release that down, so then you can feel the love for yourself. Because if you don't trust anyone else, the mirror image of that is you don't trust yourself. Because it mirrors. And if you start not trusting people all the time, you'll start a mirror of it within yourself, of not trusting yourself. So you'll cause that energy to go back, and then that's what it causes. It might not even be a lesson you're supposed to be learning in the first place. So it's all about changing the wording on what you think and stepping into trust. This is what you've been learning about, and you're going to go in to next year learning that. Once you've learned to trust people, everything will come into fruition. Your abundance will flow massively. You'll take off massively. So in business, you'll be, it's going to take off. If you're in, your home life, it's just you're not been trusting in that. That's going to take off. If you've not met somebody, start trusting again. You're going to meet somebody. It's all for you about trust and honesty and honour. That's why, you don't want to let anybody down. And that's why sometimes you get really frustrated with people. You actually don't want to let them down, and you just want to help everybody. But you don't trust them. And the trust comes because you don't really trust yourself for what's happened in the past and what you've been like within the past. Which might not even be this lifetime. It might be past lifetimes that you know absolutely nothing about. If that's the case, I would recommend a past life reading to look into why you have trust issues, because that trust issue, everything comes, you create inside, so it's going to go out. Then if you have trust issues, then that's a block, and that could really, really help you. And actually, trust issues really don't help with anxiety and depression. So if you're suffering with anxiety and depression, you're an Aries, or if you're suffering with depression and anxiety as well, sit down with yourself and write down: do you trust people? Do you trust yourself? Library. It's all about research for you. So it's researching yourself. So you're going to be researching yourself, writing diaries down, really deep diving into you, because it's in you. Find that trust, find that honesty for yourself, and everything else will just follow. So I'm going to clear the space now for everybody. I'm going to disconnect my energy from you, and you disconnect your energy from me, clearing the cards. And it's been amazing. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you want to connect with me on a one-to-one bespoke level, I'm doing yearly readings for the price of just a normal reading. It has reading for 2023. So I will go personally to every single year, every single month of 2023, and tell you what guidance is coming in at what month. If that's something you're interested in, please contact me. I also do mediumship, healing sessions, and light language and other stuff. So if you want to connect with me, please do, especially with the guidance for 2023. It's only for a limited time only that I'm going to be doing the yearly readings at the price of a normal reading. Okay, please contact me. All my details are below. Take care. Bye bye.